Hello, everybody. Welcome to the House of the Princess with your fave, me, Princess AV. I'm looking at the stream. It might be, I hope it doesn't stop. This internet been acting a fool for no reason for the past 24 hours. So, y'all let me know if you have a problem hearing or seeing me or something like that. But, anywho, I'm still going to keep it going. At first, I was going to tape this video. But then y'all said y'all want to see it live. And plus, it makes it a little bit easier for me to pop up live. So I know some of y'all at work or whatever. And it's like, I'm not expecting to see Princess, but YOLO, it's TGIF. I'm feeling good. I got some things to do later on today. I'm going to do some self-care today. And then later, get back home for All About the Tea. And also, don't forget, you guys, that our teacups, excuse me, I just had to have my sandwich. That's why I was late. We're having an after party tonight. So get your jammies, get your little cool beverages ready. You got plenty of hours to get ready, okay? And then you could come to the All About the Tea After Dark party. But it's private, so you have to be in All About the Tea in order to get the link to the after party. So we'll talk about that again later. I'll make mention. Thank you guys to everybody that's on Facebook and everybody that's on YouTube. Take a moment to stop, go to my YouTube page, look down, press subscribe, like this video because I definitely need your support, and share. Tell your friends to watch and subscribe because the sister needs some subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And if you like what you hear from me, press the notification button, and that way you'll always get a notification when I'm actually going on live or I have produced something on the air. Now, this is going to be a little different for me. This is my first live movie review. And I probably should have done this a day ago, but I got a little busy. So y'all bear with me. I'm doing a review on the United States versus Billie Holiday. It's a Lee Daniels film that is now available on HULU today, right now. It's been live since like midnight. So I stayed up watching it late so that I could get this out to you. There's not a lot of information out about the movie, so I have to go by memory and what I remember is best. But overall, I would say I did like the movie. I didn't know what to expect. I had seen a couple of other reviews prior to, but I just knew I wanted to watch it. And shouts out to ABFF. They're the ones who allowed me to have the screener in order to see it, ahead of time. Audra Day, she did excellent considering this was her acting debut. I was surprised. We only know her from Rise Up, that or whatever. But she says she had never thought to be an actress or to go into acting. And she actually said no the first time that they asked her about this. So she took a little bit of convincing in order to do this movie with Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels, he has excellent ideas. I think he does really good. Most of his productions seem to be revolving around music. Lately, at least, he's done Empire, Star. What else? It's another movie. This movie with music. He does a lot of stuff with music, and I like when he does that because it's really good depictions. Of course, we know him from The Butler, and he did not have music in it, but he did have a lot of musicians in the movie. So he's an excellent director, excellent writer, and he wrote this well. And again, I'll say I didn't know what to expect with this movie. When we think of Billie Holiday, we have a tendency to think of Lady Sings the Blues, Diana Ross, but we really don't delve into her lifestyle. Me personally, I like some of the music, but I'll honestly say I never delved into the lifestyle to look into her history. And this movie made me want to do that. Miss Lawrence. I'm looking at the cast of people in the movie, so I'll mess up people's names. But Miss Lawrence is in this movie, and I don't see her, him, her, because I don't know how she likes to be addressed all the time in the cast. But I will say you will see Miss Lawrence is blossoming as an actor, growing, and she did a great job in this movie. You saw the growth with Billie Holiday in the change, even though she didn't have like a whole bunch of lines, but the acting, maybe in an actor, the body language makes a difference, the syncopation of the way you speak, everything makes a difference. So I like to see the growth just as a plain out actor in Miss Lawrence and her getting that role in that movie because it means something. I wish I could have heard him sing because, Miss Lawrence can sing down a house, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. Audra Day sang the whole soundtrack. Phenomenal. Phenomenal talent, phenomenal voice. This movie really shows not just her life, but it really pinpoints her drug addiction, specifically heroin. I didn't know she was shooting up like that. This movie was really real and really raw. And I will say, if you have little kids, that this movie is not for little kids to watch because it's uncut. Okay. The drug use in there, you see them shooting up. And then you think about the way people shoot up versus then they had glass needles and things of that nature. Like, man, that had to hurt. They show like boom, needles going in, the blood coming out of the arm sometimes. She had a lot of enablers in her life. And if she was the epitome of living the rock star lifestyle on a colored budget. And one thing they always made it level and balanced is that Billie Holiday was Billie Holiday, Lady Day. But no matter what she was, 1930s, 1940s, she was still black. She was still colored. There is a scene in there where she wants to get on the elevator with a friend. And the rules were that the elevator person was the only Negro that was allowed to get on the elevator. And then she had to go back and use the service elevator. And she was still astounded and upset and was going to overpower this man because she's like, I'm Billie Holiday. How dare you? And he was like, look, I'm trying to keep my job. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? They might kill me. They might lynch me. They're going to do something to you. And he tried to stay very professional, but you could see those things. I can't imagine how humiliating that is, even in today's time. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you come up. And she was standing with a white woman, and the white woman said, I'll get on the service elevator with you then. Excuse me. It didn't matter because it was still demeaning. It was still hurtful. You'll never be enough for white America. Another point, yeah, it was very raw, very real. Now, another thing that was very raw, very real that you don't necessarily want to have your kids come up to is I didn't even know. No matter what. Can y'all see me good? Because I'm looking at this and it looks very. It's saying the internet is very low. And matter of fact, I'm gonna try this switch real quick. It might go black for like 2 seconds. Am I there? This should be better. It's still saying it's low. I don't know what the hell's going on today. Okay, there it is. It's getting better. The sex scenes. The sex scenes were off the chain. That should be better. Is that better? Now it doesn't say that I'm low because I got paid for all this equipment. Look, I want to look good. Uh, and I'm not looking at myself as I should have been 10 minutes ago. Thank you. The sex scenes were awesome. Okay. I was not ready. I was not ready for the sex scenes. Now, let me tell you, Miss Audra Day, she's a little something, but she got a nice little body on. She got some little itty bitty titties. You know, I'm not titty shaming because, honey, if I didn't have to carry all these bundles around, I wouldn't. Okay. But, she got a little itty bitty titty committee. It fits her body. And she had that little bitty booty. Okay. There was one scene, and let me get the actor. Now we're gonna go into her co-star in a minute. His name is Trevante Rhodes. He plays Mr. Jimmy Fletcher. Now, Mr. Jimmy Fletcher, he works for the FBI, okay? And he is the one who plays a part in, you know, her demise, getting arrested, the CIA and the FBI following her. But baby, they was on the road, and she told him to come over and tag that ass, and his body was on point. Now, I do know about actors and wearing modesty pouches, but I was trying to see where, because I guess she had a little, you know, something over her coochie cat, because she was butt ass naked, and he was about butt ass naked. Okay, you almost saw that Johnson. And I was curious to see that Johnson because that body is banging. So if y'all don't do nothing else, just whoo. I'm talking about 12, 13, 18 packs on him, baby. Okay. You probably found a picture on the internet. I probably should try to do that too. But he is fine piece of chocolate. Okay, you know what? I still haven't seen Moonlight. Okay. I don't know why. I just haven't watched it, and I said I would. He was a great actor, and this I want to make sure that I don't give away the whole movie. The sex scenes with him were great. You could see how he fell for Billie Holiday, but this was the main focal point of the movie. Was she was a drug addict, and they used that against her when there was a greater purpose beyond that. She sings the song "Strange Fruit." People who are not familiar with the song, you can Google that song. You can stream the song anywhere you want to do so. And the song Strange Fruit, and I didn't even realize how controversial it was. Again, I'm just being me and not doing my homework. I've heard it before. It speaks about lynchings in the South, murders by the Klan. Of course, it's a very metaphoric, but at the same time, it's very real, experiencing what a lynching is. Okay. I'm putting it on the list. The lynchings in the South. What the main course of action was, they did not want Billie Holiday to sing this song. White people were offended. The government was offended. The Klan was offended, and they tried to shut her up. So that is really what the movie is about. But they used the drug habit as a form to use against her. And you know, as Black people, you get triggered by this, you know. And Miss Mabel is our white ally, so she's always at the cookout, so she don't count. Okay, she's just light skinned. You get triggered. You get triggered by this movie just a little bit, of how white people, especially in that time, will do you so dirty. They will do dirty. And even today, in today's society, they will do you so dirty to ruin your life if they don't like something that you're doing as a Black man or woman. And it would ruin her. He said, I would do that. Yes, it was her truth. They tried to stifle her in every form and fashion. And because she was not obedient to what they told her, don't sing the song, and she was like, the hell with it, I'm gonna sing it. She suffered for it. She suffered in the natural for it, but she also suffered in the spirit. And it's a well, it's probably on record, on public record, of what happened to her as a youth. But if you don't know, okay, I'm gonna let you watch the movie. There were some personal things that from her childhood all the way into adulthood that was triggering her that also contribute to her drug usage. So Mr. Harry Oslinger or Anslinger, no, I'm not saying it correctly. Anslinger was like over the FBI and the narcotics FBI narcotics division until he was 70 years old. And he was the main person that chased her down, that had it out for her. Yeah, I want to say what they say, he had a hard on for her, and he did anything he could to help stifle her, to ruin her, and use the guise of, you got to tell us who your drug supplier is. Now, come on, let's be real. She was not selling drugs. Okay. I'm sure she wasn't moving that much weight. She still was a black woman working in the South, working in the Chitlin circuit. She wasn't making money like that. She still had to struggle. And for him to do that to her as if she had a whole slew of suppliers, so to speak, it was just that she's in the public eye. And I think that also happens to a lot of celebrities even today. You'll be in the public eye and people think you got millions of dollars or you can do this and do that. But I know them people knew that she wasn't making moves like that. And they probably had a hand in keeping her from making certain moves. She made just enough money to keep the lifestyle going. But she had a lot of people in her life, again, yes men, people that were enablers, people that had a hand in ruining her. And one was her husband, okay? And that Negro kept coming in and out of her life. That was funny. I would have heard him. She did deal with abuse with him and another young man. Rob Morgan plays Mr. McKay, her husband. And he benefited a lot from the lifestyle. And it's something contrives with Mr. Fletcher. So they have a beef about her and her well-being because Mr. Fletcher, they said for the rest of his life, and this is real, he regretted taking part in taking Billie Holiday down. And it looks into the year that she spent in jail for drug use and the first time they got her. It just was a lot of dirty stuff, okay? A lot of dirty stuff, but it kept my attention. It wasn't boring by the least bit because the movie had ebbs and flows. And I do like that. And then with the music encompassing it, they really did well with setting the tone with music or whatever. Now, I do want to give some honorable mentions in this. Tyler James Williams. Now, we know him as Everybody Hates Chris. I was not expecting to see him in this movie, along with a lot of people. He played his part. He took you away from watching him as a juvenile into now him playing adult parts, being a man. I think he's going to be on ABFF this afternoon as well. Y'all can look that up, American Black Film Festival. And I think he's doing a Q&A like soon online on a virtual party. So he's probably going to be talking about this movie. Evan Ross. I think it was a good bridge that his mother played Billie Holiday in a movie, and now he's in a Billie Holiday movie. But Evan Ross is really coming to his own as far as acting is concerned. He played one of the special agents. What I really would like to see him do, outside the little bit of singing he did in Star, I think he has a magnificent voice. I think he has a magnificent talent, and I would love to see him evolve and like do some music, maybe following his mother's footsteps, because Tracy is not a singer per se. She was in the movie High Note, but I think Evan, he probably would sing the house down out of even over his mom. He can really sing. Now, one great honorable mention that I was not expecting to see is Leslie Jordan. And when I saw him, I had to do a double take because I was like, is that who I think it is? Is that the old queen? And yes, he come together in there as a whole queen. So Leslie Jordan has a small part in the movie, which is great and it's enlightening to see. I was, happy to see him, and he played a good part. Everybody contributed to their viewpoint of the way Billie Holiday's life went. Unfortunately, the movie ends at her death. She died at 44 years old. I admire the way that they ended the movie and she died, because she died holding her own. She died speaking her truth, and she died with some type of integrity. And it showed that they couldn't take that away from her. And I don't know how many people can live their lives and not be no snitch. Because let me tell you, she was harder. What's the line with Beyonce and Jay-Z? My lady harder than some of you niggers in the room. She the hardest, and Billie Holiday in this movie, she was the hardest in the room. Okay, no man could match her. Even when they tried to knock her upside her head, they might have got one in, but she got one or two in too. Okay, and you could see the dynamics somewhere in the movie where she had been so used to being abused that she didn't even know how to take love. I think that resonates with a lot of us women. A lot of times we get abused and misused by men so much. We're betrayed by our family and friends so much that when love comes, we have a hard time to accepting it. And I don't know how she trusted anybody in life, but this made me admire her life more. It made me want to go research a couple of things, go really listening to Strange Fruit in surround sound to get the whole feeling or emotion of it. I just never bothered to. I've just heard it. But to hear it and to start to feel the music, and again, Audra Day's versions of these songs, you would have thought that she sang them herself. You would have thought that she was there in the era. Now, I love a good period piece. Let's talk about costuming and set design. Bravo, Lee Daniels, bravo. You know that they put a little bit of money behind this movie. The wigs were not raggedy. And for those who may look at it like it's raggedy, the wigs are not raggedy. The wigs were real and for the time, if that makes sense to anybody. Some of the wigs look like, yeah, but you had to think about what was a wig looking like back in 1939, 1949. Everything looked the way it was supposed to look for the times. The recreation of the clothes, the flowers in her hair, the sets, everything reminded you. I know people that have antique furniture, and I was even looking down to the mirrors that are on the wall. I'm like, wow, that is what that looked like back then. Set design, awesome. Costuming, awesome. I was in elementary school back in the 90s, and I wear Billie Holiday book bags. Lady sings the blues. Yes. How you doing? I just loved everything about this movie. Now that it's out on Hulu, I'll probably watch it again. I'll watch it a couple of times. I had to hurry up and had to watch the movie while I had the link to watch the movie, because I've had it for a couple of days. A time period. People mess up time period movies all the time, or you see something out of place that is from, the millennium that we didn't think, you'll see a Starbucks cup, it's kind of stuff, they didn't have cars, but the people will be driving cars, that kind of stuff. Like, they kept it simple. They kept it authentic. Nobody was sitting there watching TV, even though I know they had television. Okay. But the ones that they did, there wasn't common. Televisions weren't everywhere. People listened to the radio. They wrote letters. And that was the first thing you saw at the top of the movie is, are you the one to be writing the letters? They took the album covers, recreated them, putting them up on the screen, recreated them with Audra's likeness. Now there is rumor that she's already up for awards. I believe she should get them. I believe this is somewhere on the best movie category. This makes me excited to get back into watching movies. Part of my channel originally, my blog on my website, I have a spot to review movies, and I haven't. With COVID and everything, I just really haven't been watching the movies. Maybe I will get on my game and pick days that I'll watch and review movies and do better. It's coming. But with COVID and movies not being out, I'll be like, because I used to go to movie premieres all the time. 4 years ago, music, she was amazing. She sounds amazing. I hope that her record sales go up from this, that, you know, she's on a rocket ship for a better, she's a star, but let's be clear, let's be real, she's not a star like she has the talent to be. You know, people use that one song all the time, but she has a voice that's amazing. Yeah, she's nominated for a Golden Globe. Now, let me tell you the way that works in the acting field. If you are nominated for a Golden Globe, you're most likely going to be nominated for an Oscar. But if you win the Golden Globe, most people who win the Golden Globe go on to win the Oscar. But this is not necessarily true when it comes to Black actors. But it worked for Precious and Monique. So we're hoping that if she wins this, and it'll be also a brand new actor coming out of the gate, winning the Golden Globes, winning the Oscars, it will be great. I think they might give it to her because this is a panel that votes for these things, and people that belong to the membership club. I think they might give it to her just because of Black Lives Matter and all of the Black issues. And y'all, I'm scratching my nose because my allergies is coming down. And I just now took the allergy pill right like when this video was coming on. So when I remember that my nose starts to itch. She was on one and she sung live. Yeah, she can sing in the house now. It has worked a few. We have to see who she was up against. And I think, you know, with this whole thing, now it used to be just the movies that's coming out. Now that people are on streaming platforms, they're able to be eligible for these movies. Now, what bothers me is lately a lot of the Netflix actors have been eligible, and it's always some movie that is on the back, in the back corner that you never heard of. Okay. Now, I'm going to say, because I had promised I was going to watch this movie, which I might watch it myself now, watch this movie with a certain someone. I have not watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've been wanting to watch it since the day it came out, so I'm going to watch it soon. I think Viola Davis may be on the table for this. Now, if out of 5 actresses, 6 actresses, we see at least 3 Black women competing, I would be so here for it, because it would be so different and so out of place. And I'm sure that every Black woman that is nominated, they would be happy whichever one of us would win. Lee Daniels should be up for nomination as well. The set designer should be up for nominations as well. And the costume designer should be nominated for as well. And for damn sure, the soundtrack and best movie for a song, all of that, they should be up for awards across the board, because it was definitely a group project, and everybody did great. Yeah, she's saying, I felt the emotion of it. Again, I was sitting in my bed watching The Bishop and this movie at the same time, trying to multitask. And of course, I was into the movie, so I didn't watch it like on my full screen full sound. I want to rewatch it in full sound with some popcorn or whatever. This is one of those movies you can watch more than once and that you can get really into it. I feel some people will get emotional. There are some parts in the movie that are triggering. I'm going to tell you now. There are definitely parts in this movie that are triggering, especially if you're black, and it's really triggering if you're black from the South. That's all I have to say about that. But the musicality, that woman gazing into your eyes while she's singing the song, even the points where she got high and she went into a nod, you would have thought this girl done that stuff most of her life. She was committed to the film. Everybody that was in there that was committed to the film, committed to their part. Also, one more honorable mention: Divine Joy Randolph. They got them a plus size girl, and she really played her part as Rosalind, her right hand woman. Now there's some things they tried to say that Billie Holiday go both ways. They never answered that, but back then, even back then, people were going both ways. It just wasn't out in the open like that. Again, I think it explains Billie Holiday lived that rock star lifestyle, and she lacked love in her life. She lacked appreciation in her life, and it comes out in the music and it comes out in her lifestyle. But you see that she loved her dogs. I caught that. That might be something that people didn't catch, but I caught it. So that was cute for me. So before I wrap up, y'all could put your questions in the chat, or you could tell me if you want me to let y'all talk for a few minutes, and I'll let you do so. But I did watch when it was on Sunday. I gotta rewatch that because I was half asleep. So in the meantime, put your comments in the chat. I'm going to tell you about my commercials as I close up. Look, I'm still doing my commercials, but look, I figured out to do something else. Again, let me put in the chat. It's the last couple of days that my grand opening sale will be open. It's Friday. You got your check. Go ahead now and go on over to my website and get you some lip gloss, some hair, some lashes. I'm going to be working on merchandise this weekend. I've been making little designs for the shirts and stuff on the computer, but I am going to open this machine and try to do some stuff this weekend. So royaltybeautybrands.com is my beauty company. As I said, I'm working on the commercial. I've been caught up these last couple of days, and I just want to put some things up. It is he trying to call me on some F stuff, okay? Because I will hang up or I will block you. I had somebody to call me trying to be a sugar daddy because he got the number off the internet. I was like, are you serious? Just love all of y'all so dope. That's what I. Oh, thank you for the love. I'm over here trying. I'm the little engine that could. Yes, people be crazy out here misbehaving. But I'm a little bit about that life. I'm somewhat about that life. But if that be all, because it's 3:23s, I got an appointment in about an hour. And I see y'all going to the website. Look at God, won't he do it? I got an appointment in about an hour. I gotta do some self-care today. Thank you so much, Miss Mabel. Um, hey, now I'm finna close down. You're gonna have to watch the replay. um, I am going to do all about the tea tonight. I'm about to DM Monica to see what we're talking about, giving my suggestions. Just like Schoolboy, you can DM me or email me anything that you have about all about the tea. The after show is going to be live. You need to be in the chat at some point in time during the night in order the 7 o'clock show in order to get the link for the after party. That's where we can talk dirty, we can cuss, we can do whatever. It will be a private video, won't be no sit up there and watch it later because right now that's not eligible. What we will be doing is she's going to have a membership and you'll be able to watch it members only. So that's what she's doing now. Make sure I get my lip popping with the young belly. Thanks. Yes, I have on skin. I have a sample sitting right. If I use the samples, I don't use the real stuff because the bottles, they cost a lot of money. So let me move the light. That's skin. It's not in a bottle. I just have it in a sample pot. I call it skin because it reminds me of my skin complexion. I have a lot of people that like natural things. So most of my natural colors are Hennessy, melanin, and skin. So you can catch that. There's a lot of different colors coming. Y'all vote on my page. I think I'm going to come up with the holographics to match the shirts, but I wanted to know what the next line this should be. Should it be holographs or should it be glitters? Maybe my daughter said holographs too. She said we use more holographs than anything. I hope the trolls behave because they've been crazy. Yes, but you know, misbehaving, that's a DM conversation that I would have to have. Not over the air. Because we have some, me and another person have some suspects of how things have been going on. I always going to support my Illinois people, especially my Chicago people, even though I do not stay out there anymore. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all put little packages together in whatever. I thank you all for your support in any way, form, or fashion. That's my email. I'm going to do a commercial for commercials. I do all of my graphic design, all of my production, editing, and everything. I'm a graphic designer. I will be designing the commercials and taping some things. So you'll have an example of my work more than what I put up here. So if you would like a commercial, if you would like to advertise on my page, I am setting up a schedule for advertisement. I'm cheap right now. So you better get in where you fit in. If you want advice, I'm doing a throne room. I'll be doing hot topics this weekend. Anything you want to know, you can inbox me or just say a word. Just put on there. Yes, South Side. Wow, wow. That's where I am right now. I'm finna go to the South suburbs in a minute. Shout out to Glitch Ashley at Glitch Fix. Now, when I put that video out, I should have had that out weeks ago. Y'all see what I'm talking about. But again, this video was about the United States versus Billie Holiday. It is a great movie. Out of 5 crowns, I give it 5 crowns. Okay. I'm gonna get some icons up there soon. So I could do more movie reviews. If you would like for me to do more movie reviews, DM me, email me, let me know. If it's even music, I do music as well. Something you want me to look at, read, or whatever, hit me up in the DM or an email. I do check them. A lot of y'all are on here know that I do respond as quickly as possible. I appreciate all of y'all for coming. Now, again, I'll be back on I won't be on the regular show. I'll probably be doing the last part. All About the Tea starts at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain Time, 5 Pacific Time. All About the Tea. You'll get the code to the after party. Last week we started about 10:30. It just depends on how long All About the Tea is. I'm not even sure what we're talking about tonight. I forgot. So we'll be there, and right after there, we might change and get a little sexy for you. And we're doing the after party. So make sure you get in. Make sure you tune in and support the girls, Monica. Everyone in the chat was watching in the background. Yes. So yeah, she said, "Hey, 6'3" girl, you can't wait." Yeah, it's gonna be lit. I don't know what we're gonna need to talk about yet, but we're gonna make sure that we get it. Usually, once we all come together and we mesh, it's just like clockwork. We're family now, so everything works. Make sure that you follow and support all of my Teacup siblings, not only Monica, but Schoolboy, Ples, Bishop, So Debonair, and Miss Marcella. They all have channels. Go follow them, go support them. I know half of y'all are mad at So Debonair this week, but it's okay. You'll get over it. It's still love. We have differences. Support him, okay? I don't play about none of it right about now. And they don't play about me. So thank y'all for coming in the house this afternoon. Give me some comments, give me some likes, give me some subscribes to this video. Those who don't know me, I am Princess AV, and you are on my channel, House of the Princess. Thank you for watching. I'm about to I'm not going to turn the lights all the way out because I got to come back in the house later. But I'm going to turn out the lights in the house. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all have a great afternoon. Go get you some supper. Go give yourself a hug and go get a mouth hug and have a good evening.